and start in the start of the meeting. I hope you can see my screen. This is Ufuk Bulut. In fact, I'm a special education teacher. I'm working with the Down syndrome and autism and the mental retardation people from the birth, zero age, and between zero age and until death. So I'm a basketball coach, also basketball director of the Turkish Special Athletes Federation. This federation is one and the only federation is serving the mental retarded and the Down syndrome and the autism people in our country in Turkey. Also, I'm the basketball director of Virtus Europe. What is the Virtus? Virtus is the Federation for Athletes with Intellectual Impairment. Also includes Down syndrome and the autism. We are going to talk about the gender equality today. So I want to start a good news. Maybe you know the Women's FIFA World Cup started yesterday in hosting Australia and New Zealand. Women soccer is growing up last years. So I'm happy to share that with you. The opening game in the Australia, between Australia and Republic of Ireland, was very crowded. Attendance is 75,000 people in the stadium in Australia. It's a good news for us, I think. As I said, we will talking about the gender equality, and also this is the good news for us today. So let's start talking about the issue, and let's start in here. Gender issues in the sports sector. Discover the latest research. This meeting will provide this. Discover the latest research and trends in gender issues in the sports sector with our comprehensive online education and workshop program. Our team of expert trainers and instructors from diverse backgrounds will provide you with the tools and knowledge to tackle these issues head-on and create meaningful change. As we know, there are too many challenges faced by dual career athletes. For example, physical demands, managing rigorous training schedules and competition demands while pursuing other career opportunities. And also time constraints, juggling work, training, and personal life can be a significant challenge for dual career athletes. And almost the most important thing, financial strain. The pursuit of a dual career often requires a certain level of financial support and stability. Online education and workshop program overview. The Mimosa project format, this online education format, 100% online. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going on. This program duration is 1 day. Our topics: gender equality and inclusion, negotiating skills, career development, and dual career management. And the delivery is live and recorded online workshops, case studies, expert interviews, and online forums. Here are our key topics. First is gender equality and inclusion. Learn strategies for promoting inclusive practices and confront gender biases in the sport sector. And the second one is negotiation skills, develop negotiation and conflict resolution skills to better advocate for yourself and others in the sports industry and beyond. The third one is career development. I think this is the most important. Get expert advice on building a professional network, cultivating mentorship and leadership skills, and resume building. And the fourth one is dual career management. Gain insights into the challenges dual career athletes face and develop strategies to balance educational, career, and athletic aspirations. Benefits of participating. Participating in this program was one of the best professional decisions I've made. Alison said this, our former participant. Not only did I improve my negotiation skills, but I also gained new perspective and valuable insight into dual career management. The three parts are project, our workshop. The first one is professional growth, improve your skills and knowledge in key areas of interest within the sports sector. The second one, networking opportunities. In these days, I think this is the most important part. Build connections with other professionals and experts in the field. The last one is career advancement. Gain the tools and knowledge needed to pursue new career opportunities with confidence. Here are the expert trainers and instructors. Alice Kim. Alice is a former Korean national team athlete and current doctoral candidate in sports psychology. And Mary Simmet. Mary is a senior consultant specializing in negotiation and conflict resolutions. And James Wong. James is a dual career athlete and educator who specializes in career development for athletes. Here are the expert trainers and instructors. Registration and enrollment. As you know, registration for our online education and workshop program is open year-round. So you can take this workshop program everywhere, wherever and whenever you want. To enroll, simply complete our online application form and payment process. Once you're enrolled, you will receive access to our full program materials and be able to participate in any upcoming live events. I think this is the most valuable part of the Mimosa project. Conclusion, our online education and workshop program is a unique opportunity to gain the skills and knowledge necessary to succeed in the sports sector, whether as an athlete, coach, or administrator. Join our community of like-minded professionals and make meaningful progress toward equality, inclusion, and career advancement. Now, let's talk about the gender equality and opportunities in the sports industry. As you know, one of the biggest problems in the sports sector is gender equality. So, I'm sorry. So gender equality in sports is critical for a level playing field. Women face unique barriers in the sport industry, as we know, but changes are being made towards a better future. So, in the start of the meeting, as I said, we have Women FIFA World Cup for the soccer in Australia and New Zealand. I think we can see the all good things in this World Cup about the women sports and the gender equality. Challenges faced by women in sports: unequal pay. Female athletes are often paid less than their male counterparts despite comparable achievements. Media coverage. I think the media coverage is affecting the advertisement part. So advertisement in the sports industry is the most important parts in these years. Women's sports receive less attention from the media, impacting sports sponsorships and the public recognition. So we have to develop about this part. Gender stereotypes. Women athletes struggle with gender stereotypes that affect their confidence and opportunities to succeed. Inadequate resources, from equipment to facilities, women's sports often receive less funding than men's sports do. I want to say that you can ask all your questions whenever you want during the meeting, and I will try to answer your questions, or if you want to say anything about the issue, you can add yourself. Thank you. Current state of opportunities for women in sports. Soccer is the hardest part for the women, I think. Despite facing many challenges, female soccer players are making strides and increasing representation in this global sport. Gymnastics, women's gymnastics is becoming more popular, with events like the Olympics showcasing the incredible abilities of female athletes. This is the best part of sports. Gymnastics is the best part of sports in the women do. Surfing, women surfers are breaking barriers and claiming their place in a traditional male-dominated sport. And also, of course, basketball. The women NBA offers more opportunities for female basketball players to showcase their talent, but still faces challenges in terms of visibility and sports. For example, the women NBA All-Star game played last Sunday at Las Vegas, USA. I think on TV show, almost 2 million people watched this game. But NBA male part of the basketball, NBA All-Star game every year in February. So this is the best TV shows, one of the best TV shows in the USA. Almost 600 million people watching this game just in America. This is a big challenge, I think. Successful initiatives promoting gender diversity, Women's Sports Foundation, an organization dedicated to advancing the lives of women through sports and physical activity, providing resources and funding for female athletes. The 30 times 30 pledge initiative led by the International Olympic Committee to achieve equal representation of women and men at the Olympic Games by 2020. And the tennis, women tennis players like Serena Williams and Billie Jean King fought for equal pay, paving the way for other sports to follow. So there are some leaders in some sports like tennis and like athletics, like Serena Williams and Venus Williams. Also, Mary Elizabeth, like Mary Elizabeth. They tried to equal as the men sports. Importance of female role models and representation in media. Having visible female role models in sports inspires future generations and contributes to more equal representation. Media representation is crucial in promoting diversity and breaking down gender stereotypes. Inspiration: female athletes like Simone Biles, Megan Rapinoe, and Naomi Osaka are powerful role models who inspire young girls to pursue their dreams and challenge gender norms. The leaders are very important about this issue because gender equality is the hard part of life. Most of the people think that there is no equality in the sports, in the life. So the leaders have the big roles about this issue. Representation: increasing representation of women in the media can lead to a more equal world by breaking down gender stereotypes and creating more opportunities for female athletes. And the diverse voices, highlighting diverse perspectives in sports stories can create a more inclusive community and help overcome biases. Looking towards a more equal future in sports. Despite the existing challenges, there are reasons to be optimistic about the future of gender diversity in sports. More people are recognizing the importance of equality and the impact it can have. One of the big and important part is equal pay. US women's soccer team fought for and won equal pay with other sports following suit. Increased media coverage, more media attention on women's sports is leading to increased sponsorship and also investment. Diversity and inclusion. Teams and leagues are focusing on building a more diverse and inclusive environment for everyone involved in sports, like us. Conclusion and call to action. Gender equality in sports is a vital step towards creating a more equitable world. We can all do our part in supporting female athletes, celebrating their accomplishments, and advocating for more equal opportunities. Let's work towards a future where everyone has an equal chance to succeed. This is the end of part 1. Is there anyone to ask or add something?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Ufuk.
Hello.
First of all, I would like to thank you for having you here in our workshop training.
Thank you.
Who am I? First, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Hakayas from Ömerli Sport Football Club. One of the representative of the project, because the aim of project is to build up the women football club within our Ömerli Sport, let's say. So it's very meaningful and useful to have you that you already provide us like very precious information about what's going on. And I heard that in one of your speech, you mentioned soccer is one of the most challenging sport field for the women. And we are on this process now. So I would like you to, can you underline a few of like challenging cases or issues which generic, it may be generic or maybe appeal to both Turkey or let's say Greece about the women challenging or the most facing cases which prevents them within to play or to be recruited or in this sector, like soccer, I mean football. So I like to ask a few issues or challenging cases which prevents them to be in this field, both in techniques or in maybe cultural or let's say environmental cases or economic cases, let's say. So is it a big, a wide question or specific? I'm not sure, but yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your question, and I'm very happy to be here with you.
Thank you.
I think the hardest challenge is the cultural, because when we think about our country, Turkey, we are facing some challenges about the gender's roles. Also, we have to face this, and we have to fight. We have to fight about this. Yes, there are some roles for the people, but the roles are for the people, not for the genders, not just for men or women. The cultural changing is the hardest, but I think this is the most important part for the making equality, especially in soccer. Let's talk about this. Turkey national volleyball team won the World Volleyball Nation League last week. So yes, they are. Everybody in Turkey said that they are successful and maybe cheering about this, but it's just for the one day. Let's think about this. If our national football team wins World Cup, FIFA World Cup, do you think about how many days, maybe how many months we can celebrate this championship? So I think this is the most important part, the cultural changing. So the sportsmen like you, the coaches, directors like you, have to develop the women's sport with more attention and more success. We have to think about, and we have to try about, and we have to train about this, and the focus on this. As we know, we are trying to make gender equality in the sports. The women's sports is growing now, okay, but have to grow up more. The women's sports have to grow up more. So we are also I'm trying this. For example, Turkish national basketball team for the Down syndrome people. I'm the head trainer of this national team. So the Down basketball in the world playing with the mixed teams, men and women athletes competing together in the national teams. It's for the whole world. For example, Italy national team have two or three women athletes in their national basketball Down syndrome team. Also, I'm trying to add our team women athletes, but their families don't want this because most of them say the basketball or other sports like volleyball, football, it's not for the girls, their family says. But I'm trying to change this mind. Also, I know you are trying to change this mind, this cultural mind. The Mimosa project is for this also. And the Eu&Pro Football Club, I always see it in the social media. You are making football camps for the girls, something like this. We have to be more. We have to be more people in the site, and we have to keep our friends, our other trainers, other athletes. They have to tell all the world, all the country, all their city, maybe just their street. This equality is growing up by this. I hope I can answer. If it's okay, I have to go to the second part.
Okay, I would like to thank you for your precious information. Really, it's very we feel like privileged to have you here in our workshop trainings. To have you, yes, you mentioned like the underlying information is very important for like making awareness of girls, women to be part of sports, and also getting high rate of interest from all around like organization, let's say, because there is also a big high interest to be also sponsors. So as on the ground, we also see such a potential. Thank you very much. So yeah.
Thank you so much. But unfortunately, we know, but not saying every time. The base is advertisement, and also it's about the financial things. We have to grow up attention and awareness. So also they are getting more. advertisement issues.
Thank you. I'm very sorry for interrupting you, and I would just like to mention about like Greece, because we have highly great deal of numbers with the Greek partners, who is also running the big sport club, including women and within disadvantaged group, let's say. So is in Turkey, more or less, we hear like about some developments and some challenges we face in Turkey. I would like to hear much more, little bit about in Greece, in Kozani region, if somebody would like to talk about the case. I just would like to hear some voices, if it's possible. Very sorry, Mr. Ufuk Bulut, for it. So sorry for this. Just a wonder if they have the same problems or not.
I hope to hear any voice from Greece.
So Lamprini, are you here, or someone from Kozani Sport Club?
Hello everyone, good morning.
Hi.
How are you? Everything okay? Nice to see you all. So regarding Kozani and Ethnikos is one of the most historic clubs in Greece, especially in terms of handball. And actually, Ethnikos is one of the clubs that is transparent and tries to give equal opportunities both to men and women. And actually, if you see the participants in our webinar right now, most of the participants are women. And the reason is that Ethnikos is giving special attention to the participation of women and also tries to help young girls find opportunities working in the club afterwards. As a friend of mine that we were playing handball together and now she is one of the coaches. Of course, there are problems in equal participation in sport in Greece, of course, as you said, also in football and all sports, but especially in Ethnikos, it's not the case, actually. I don't know if someone from Kozani would like to add something, or even in Greek, and I can translate later.
Thank you so much, Lamprini. I think this is the same challenges, same problems like you in our country, in Turkey, and also in Greece. Maybe if there are anyone other countries, they can say same things about the women's soccer or the other sports. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If there is no any comments or any questions, I want to keep going. Mr. Hakri, it's okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much
for your meaningful information. Yeah.
Thank you so much. For the athletes, this is the hard part of the being an athlete is dual career. Supporting dual career athletes as sports becomes more competitive. Many athletes need to balance dual careers. This presentation explores the challenges, support measures, and education option for dual career athletes. What's a dual career? One, the challenge. When an athlete's career is no longer guaranteed, they may need to start a second career to support themselves. It can be about the financial part of the life or the health part of the life, as you know. The second one is definition. Dual career refers to athletes who balance their athletic career with another career path or education. Most of the world, I think, you have to choose the one side of the life, sport or education. So the system says uh, you cannot be a doctor as a triathlete or as a basketball player. So you have to choose one of them. But we are trying to keep a solution in the athlete's life, not to choose. You can be the both of them. So we are trying to do this with this project and the other projects like Mimosa. And the third one is the benefits. Dual career athletes often have more opportunities and choices than those who solely rely on their athletic career. Challenges faced by dual career athletes. There's more challenges. Lack of time. Dual career athletes need to find ways to balance both athletics and education or work because the day is 24 hours. So during this day, we have to work about the education part and we have to work on the sport part. I think, and also you think, as we know, this is very hard. The other side of the challenges, financial support is needed as athletes start another career, compete, and train. So we have to gain money for our lives, for our families. Uh, the dual career, I think dual career is the weak side. Dual career's weak side is the less financial gains. Location, some regions have more opportunities for dual career athletes than others. In the start of the meeting, as I said, the Australia is the host country for the FIFA Women's World Cup. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I went to Brisbane, Australia. In there, I saw too many dual career athletes because the government says if you an athlete, professional athlete, we can pay some money for this because you are very tired. You are on a good work and hard work, so we can pay some money for your life if you are a professional athlete and also a businessman or businesswoman. And Australia is the good and lucky country about this issue. Competition for time. Athletes in team sports can face challenges scheduling work or education around team practices and also matches. What are the support measures for dual career athletes? Employment support, providing job and career services for athletes, like in Australia, or maybe some other countries about this support for the dual career athletes, like employment or financial support. Is there anyone knows about the support? you know, if you know other countries, I want to hear your voice. I think there's no. Okay. We have two other parts about this issue. So let's have a break for 10 or 15 minutes if anyone is everybody is okay. 10 or 15 minutes break, and also we will keep going to keep going talk about this issue. Is it okay for you? 10 minutes or 15 minutes break.
It's okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hello again. I hope everything is okay for you. And we go to the second part of the workshop. Second part of the workshop. Uh, at the first part, we talked about the dual career and the challenge about the gender equality in sports. And the last part of the first is the supporting dual career athletes, the employment and the financial support. So this is the second part. We will start with the gender issues, understanding and interacting. Gender issues have become increasingly important in society today, of course. This presentation explores the complex and nuanced elements of gender, offering new insights and strategies for constructive conversations. Exploring gender issues through history, the suffragettes and beyond, learn about the history of gender discourse, including important movements like suffrage and civil rights. Gender and society, examine how gender roles and expectations have impacted society and culture through history. And also gender in media, explore how media representations of gender have evolved over time and how they shape our perceptions of gender today. The intersection of gender and identity, understanding intersectionally, learn about intersectionality and how it impacts our understanding of gender and identity. Race and gender, explore how race intersects with gender and how it affects various aspects of life, including education and job opportunities. Gender and sexuality, examine the relationship between gender and sexuality and how it impacts the experiences of LGBTQIA plus individuals. And the last one, disability and gender, learn about the ways in which disability intersects with issues of gender, including access to healthcare and accommodations. Modern issues and debates. Trans rights, explore the controversies and debates surrounding trans rights, including access to healthcare and legal protections. Me Too and Time's Up, understanding the impact of the Me Too and Time's Up movements and their role in changing perceptions about sexual harassment and assault. Gender pay gap, examine the persistent problem of gender pay gap and the ways in which it affects women in the workplace. Masculinity and toxicity, explore the ways in which hegemonic masculinity can lead to toxic attitudes and behaviors among men. Communicating effectively about gender, active listening, I think it is the most important part. Learn strategies for active listening, including how to validate feelings and focus on understanding rather than responding. Most of us listening for the give and answer. We are not focusing on what the speaker says or what is the message. So this is not good listening or active listening. It's just listening for us. So we have to try the speaker's message, focus on the speaker's message. But most of us, as I said, focusing on what will be our answers. I think it's the bad part of our mind. Empathy for diverse experiences. Develop empathy for the experiences of others and learn effective ways to communicate about complex ideas. Empathy is uh, hard to human psychology, hard for human psychology, but if you are a successful person at empathy, I think you are the best friend. You can be the best friend. You can be the best trainer. You can be the best director for your athletes. And also creating safe spaces. Understand how to create a safe space for discussing gender and diversity, including how to negotiate difficult conversations. Everybody don't want to speak everywhere as you want. So you have to create a safe communication spaces for your athletes or maybe for your family. Challenges and roadblocks in gender discourse. One of them is resistance to change. This is human, so human resist all change in their lives. So addressing gender inequality requires a willingness to confront long-held beliefs and assumptions about gender, which can be difficult for some people. And the other one is systematic inequality. Gender inequality is deeply ingrained in many aspects of society, including economic, political, and social systems, and addressing it requires systemic change. And the other one is language and terminology. Gender discourse often involves complex terminology and language that can be difficult for people to understand or interpret clearly. Conclusion and call to action. Takeaways: gender issues are complex and multifaceted. Effective communication requires active listening and empathy. Intersectionality is key to understanding gender and diversity. And call to action: support organizations that promote gender equality and diversity, engage in open and honest conversation about gender issues, and also, and of course, be open to learning and growing in your own understanding of gender and diversity. Maybe most of us uh, most of us feel these feelings in the young age athletes. Maybe you can't understand sometimes what they say or what they try to say. Of course, we have to grow up our understanding, and also we have to be open to learning new terms, new terminology, or maybe new languages. Is there any question about this issue? Okay. For me, in the start of the meeting, as I said, I'm a special education teacher, basic, and also I'm a basketball trainer for the special people like autism, Down syndrome, and the mentally retarded. So my job, the big part of my job is mentoring. So I'm really focused on this. Mentoring is the biggest part of my job. So we have disabled athletes, and also our trainer equipe have 3 people. Two of them is just basketball coaches, and also me, basketball coach and special education teacher. So they are trying to grow up their athletic levels or technical levels. So I have to be a mentor for the players because they have too many special needs during of the training sessions or the other time of the day, like nutrition, like cleaning their cells. So the big part of my job is mentoring. Mentoring and coaching in sports dual career. Athletes pursuing dual careers face unique challenges also. Effective mentoring and coaching can help them succeed on and off the field. On and off the field, this is the key part of this. The role of mentoring and coaching in sports dual career planning. Mentors and coaches help athletes balance their athletic and academic or professional goals to maximize their career prospects. This is second one, but I think this is it has to be the first part of this. Mental health support. Mentors and coaches play a critical role in supporting the mental well-being of athletes pursuing dual careers. And the last one is building resilience. Mentors and coaches help athletes develop resilience and problem-solving skills necessary for a successful dual career. Problem solving is the important part in field, also off field, because if you can solve the problems in the sport area, you can solve the problems in the whole life. I think this is the most important part of being an athlete. The benefits of sports dual career mentoring and coaching. First of this, improved performance. Athletes with successful dual careers tend to perform better in their athletic and academic or professional pursuits. Increased confidence. Mentoring and coaching can boost the confidence and motivation of athletes pursuing dual careers. Dual career is the complex way to live a good life. But if you can solve all these problems in your sports career and a professional career, you can be the happiest, one of the happiest person in your life. Enhanced career opportunities, effective mentoring and coaching can help athletes turn their athletic and academic or professional experiences into valuable assets for future careers. This is true, but because I'm living in this, I have a mentor. I had a mentor before 12 years ago. So she made me a professional for my life and for my sport career. Also, now I'm a special education teacher and a basketball coach. Challenges faced by athletes pursuing dual careers. Time management. Athletes must balance long hours of training with demanding academic or professional schedules. The time is very important, and we have to use the time more effectively. The mentors can make time useful for us. Financial constraints. Athletes may struggle with the financial burden of pursuing dual careers, including the cost of education and training. We talked about this the first part. Health and injury risks. Athletes are at risk of injury and illness from intense physical training and competing at a high level.
Και εγώ δηλαδή το Παπαδοπούλου, λέω, το Παπαδοπούλου Σαμπρίνα, είναι τόσο διαδεδομένο.
Thank you. Key skills and competencies of successful mentors and coaches. Mentors have to be active listeners, goal setters, empathic people, and the expertise in dual career management. And coaches, they have technical expertise, leadership, motivation, and adaptability. Case studies of mentoring and coaching in sports dual career. NCAA D1 student athletes, the NCAA, National College Association in the US, provides comprehensive support to D1 student athletes pursuing dual careers, including academic advisors, career services, and financial aid. I think they are very lucky. International athletes with disabilities, this is my part. The International Paralympic Committee, IPC, offers mentorship and coaching programs for athletes with disabilities, addressing issues related to accessibility, training, and career development. The athletes have disabilities faced very, very bad challenges about almost accessibility. I think development problems, but accessibility is still a big problem for the athletes have disabilities. Elite Olympic athletes, the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee offers athlete career and education services to support elite athletes in pursuing dual careers and transitioning to post-athletic careers. The post-athletic careers is the very hard for the professional athletes because they just know to training, they just know the hard working in their whole day, whole life. But after the career, they don't know most of the world. In the most of the world, they don't know what they will do. So the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee offering the post-athletic career for their athletes. Creating effective mentorship and coaching programs in sports. Identify key stakeholders. Engage athletes, coaches, academic advisors, and career development professionals in developing dual career programs. Because this is the multidisciplinary way to increase this dual career program. Offer comprehensive support, create integrated, personalized programs that address the academic, athletic, and professional needs of athletes pursuing dual careers. And the last one is evaluate and adjust programs regularly. Adjusting programs is the most important part about this mentorship. So this is the hardest part of this mentorship. I think the good mentor it is not just a mentor. It has to be a good developer for the programs. Use data and feedback to assess program effectiveness and make necessary adjustments to improve outcomes for athletes. Conclusion and takeaway points. Mentoring and coaching are essential for sports dual career success. Athletes pursuing dual careers face significant challenges, and effective mentoring and coaching programs can provide the support and resources necessary for success. And also, dual career athletes are valuable assets to society. Elite athletes with dual careers bring unique skills and experiences to their fields, making them valuable assets in the workforce and in their communities, because experience is the most expensive thing in the world, I think. Now, yes. This is the end of my part for today. So I'm very happy to be here, to see you, to meet you, and the Mimosa project. I think the best and the most important part for our countries, our world, because the gender equality is a big problem which we have to solve. And also, I wish you good training camps, good athletes in the all genders for you. Thanks for all for listening. I hope everybody is okay about this. Thank you so much.
Mr. Ufuk Bulut, we like to thank you for having you here and having your precious informations. I see a lovely girl here. I think it's your daughter.
Yes,
she's
yes,
cute.
it's my daughter. Thank you.
Good life for her, for future.
Thank you.
Hopefully she's gonna be a good athlete. What you expect in your mind, let's say.
I hope.
Yeah, as you may know, this is one of the most challenging issues, as you say, in our local region, or let's say in our universe. So I also very much impressed by your as a special education teacher, trainer, and also for women. So it's all when we all collect all these, let's say, abilities. So it means that you are by yourself, you are a challenging person. And thank you very much for what you have, you provide information. And it was really I was really impressed by myself, what you are doing and what you are providing us for now. And also I like to thank the Eu&Pro, our lovely partner, for find you to meet us. So thank you very much for your all information and what you do for us today. And hopefully to meet you and host you here in Mardin in a day on the ground. It will be our also pleasure to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hakkayaz. It's a pleasure for me to be here. I spent 3 years of my childhood in Mardin, Seoul.
Really? Okay.
Yes. So I think the next year I will come to Mardin. So it will be a pleasure to meet you in the ground. And also thank you thanks for Eu&Pro and Mimosa project. This kind of projects is very important for us, for our local cities, countries, and all the world. Thank you so much for all.
Thank you. Lamprini, very sorry to interrupt. Lamprini, have you got a saying to say something or?
Yes, for me it was a very detailed presentation with many topics covered. It was very, very interesting. It will be very nice to speak with our team internally. You know, also in Greek language, sometimes it's easier to make a presentation or discussions. And it was very detailed, and hopefully we will have another one in the future. You know, maybe in the end of the project to see how many of these things that they were mentioned today, how can we incorporate them in the daily work in our sport clubs.
Thank you so much, Lamprini. Thank you.
So I would like to thank you for all your time and information for today. For now, say goodbye, let's say.
Thank you very much, all our participants, especially to our trainer, and see you in the next activity. Thank you.
Thank you, Gökçe. Bye.
Bye.